Hello everyone, welcome to Brain Hive Academy, your one-stop for innovative workspace. On today's section, we're going to talk about on the topic multiple regression. As you view, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. So, from my board, like I said, we have a topic multiple regression. Now, let's take an example where they say we should use a multiple linear regression to fit the following data. Now the following data are as follow: x1, x2, y. That is the data. So for x1, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we also have for x2 0.0001 and so on, y1. So we're going to find the data, the distributive data from this equation. So, but before you do that, how many numbers appears? The columns. How many of the columns? We have what is what we mean by column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 columns. Why we have 3 rows? This is rows. This is rows. This is rows. That's ROWX. That's rows. Then we have column, COLUMNS. That is columns. So take note of that. So since we have 9 columns, so we are going to have our n, which is your normal regression, the normal number. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, 7, 8, and 9. You can take your line. So after n, that's where we have our x1. We have our x1. Our x1 is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is our x1. So we also have our x2. Our x2 where we have 0.001, 0.001, 0.001, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, 0.05, 0.05, and 0.05. That is our x2. Then we have our y1. Our y1. So y1 is 1.4, 8.3, 24.2, 4.7, 28.9, 84.0, 11.1, 69.0, and 200.0. That's our y1. So after having our y1, we're going to have our x1 square. X1 square means, let me take, we're going to have our x1. Now x1 square means this is the columns of x1, which we have 1. So we are going to take square of this 1. That's what we mean by x1. You're going to do what? Take square of that is 1 times 1 will give us 1. That is for x1. 2 square, that is 2 times 2 will give us 4. 3 square, 3 times 3 will give us 9. 1 give us 1. 2 give us 4. 3 will give us 9. 1 will give us 1, 2, 4, and 9. That is our x1. So we also have x subscript 2 square. That is x subscript 2 square. Now this is our x subscript 2. So we're taking x subscript 2 square, like I said. So we are going to, this is our x subscript 2, which is 0.001. So we are going to square this. So if you square this, 0.001 square, that give us, it will give us 0.000123456, size 601. You can write this as 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. You can write that, that is correct. But I'm going to use this. So the same thing here, they look alike. So we still have the same thing, 0.00012345661. So also the same thing, we have 0.00001234561. So we have 0. For this part, we have 0.01 square. That will give us 0.0001. That's 4. You can also write this as 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 4. So same thing, 0.00101, the same thing, 0.0001. For this, you have 0.05 square. That will give us 0.0025, 0.0025, and 0.0025. So that is for our x2 subscript. So after that, we are going to have our x1 and x2. x1 and x2. So which is, this is x1 and this is x2. So we are going to multiply 1 times 0.001. So if we do that, we're going to have 1 times this, you see the same thing as 0.001 times 1, give us the same thing, that is 0.001. So if you do the same thing, 2 times 0.001, that will give us 0.002. 3 times 0.001, that will give us 0.003. 1 times this will give us 0.01. 2 times this, that is 2 times 0.01, that give us 0.02. The same thing, 0.03. 3 times 0.01 will give us 0.03, that is 0.03. For this, 1 times 0.5 will give us 0.05. So for this, 2 times 0.05, that will give us 0.1. So we have 3 times 0.05, that will give us 0.15. So take your line, 0.1 and 0.15. So After having your x1 and so you're going to have your x1 y1 x1 y1 x1 y1 means the product of x1 and y1. Y1 is this, x1 is this, so we are going to times 1 times 1.4. so if you do 1 times 1.4 will still give us 1.4. Then 2 times 8.3, 2 times 8.3 will give us 16.6. 16.6. Also do 3 times 24.2. 3 times 24.2. That will give us 72.6. 72.6. So we also have 1 times 4.9. Sorry, 4.7. That is 4.7. We also have 2 times 28.9. 2 times 28.9. That will give us 57.8. So we also have 3 times 84.0. 3 times 84.0. That will give us 5252. So we have 1 times 11.1. That will give us 11.1. Then we have 2 times 4. That will give us 8. We have 3 times 9. That will give us 27. 3 times 9 is 27. 27. Okay. So that is for our x. Let me increase the line. Okay. That is our x1 and then we also have x2 and y1. So for x2, that's x subscript 2 and y subscript 1, like the two products. Our x2 is this and y1 is this one. So we have 0.001 times 1.4 will give us 0.0014. The same thing, we have 0. Times 8.3. That will give us 0.0083. So we have 0.001 times 24.2. That will give us 0.0242. So we have this 0.01 times 4.7. 4.7. That will give us 0.047. So after that, we're going to have times 0.01 times 28.9. 28.9. So we're going to have 0.289. So we also have 0.01 times 84 0.0 0.01 times 84.0, that is 0.84. So after that, we are going to have 0.05 times 11.1. That will give you 0.555. So we have 0.05 times 69.0. That will give us 3.45. Then we also have we have 0.05 times 200.0. That is 10. 0.05 times what? 200. That is what? 10. So we have okay, times 200. So this is 600 rather. Sorry, x1 and y1. X1 and y1. Sorry. There is error here. Here is supposed to be 600. That is x1 and y1. So here is supposed to be 600. Sorry, that's supposed to be 600. Why this also 0.05 2 times 69.0. That is 138. So here is supposed to be 138. So 11, 1 times 11. This one is okay. 3 times 84.0. 252. Okay. That is okay. That is okay. Okay. All right. So this become our x2, x subscript 2, and x subscript 1. So after having x subscript 1, you have to have xt. Your xt is equal to y1 minus y bar, all in square. Square it. That is for. So after having that, you have xr. xr is equals to y1 minus a0 minus a1x1 minus a2x2. That's for this. Then you now have y calculation. Don't know. I'm going to reduce this, please. This will be something like this. To enter. Like this. So that is our okay. So this is our y calculation. This is our y calculation. This is our SR, and this is our XT, X subscript T and X subscript R. So since we've gotten all this, now we need to have our y bar. So how do we get our y bar? So our y bar, let me give you the formula. Okay. We're going to find our x bar, but before we do that, let us sum this up. Let us sum this up. So the n, we're going to sum the n. That's 1 plus 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36, 45. So that's 45. But you also want to confirm that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. That is 45, like I said. So that's what? 45. So the summation of n is your 45. So we also saw sum your y1. So let's sum y1. So y1 become 1.4, 1.4. Okay, sorry, we'll escape this. Let's sum this. That is a 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1, 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13, 13, 15, 18. So this is 18. So we sum this 0.001 plus 0.001 plus 0.001 plus 0.01 plus 0.01 plus 0.01 plus 0.05 plus 0.05 plus 0.05. So we have 0.183. That's summation of x2, x subscript 2. Now summation of y subscript 1 is 1.4 plus 8.3 plus 24.2 plus 4.7 plus 28.9 plus 84.0 plus 11.1 plus 69.0 plus 200.0. So that is a 431.6. So after that, we also sum this up. So we have 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9. That's 42. We have 42. So we also sum this for x square under subscript 2. We have 0.0000001 plus 0.0000501 plus 0.00001 plus 0.0001 plus 0.0001 plus 0.0001 plus okay 1 2, 3. Okay, now go to 0.0025 plus 0.0025 plus 0.0025 is equal to, we have 0.07803. So after that, we also sum this up. So we have 0.001 plus 0.002 plus 0.003 plus 0.01 plus 0.02 plus 0.03 plus 0.05 plus 0.1 plus 0.15. So you have 0.366. So we also sum this up. So we have 1.4 plus 16.6 plus 72.6 plus 4.7 plus 57.8 plus 25.2 plus 11.1 plus 138 plus 600 is equal to 1154.2. So we also sum this up. So we have 0.0014 plus 0.0083 plus 0.0242 plus 0.047 plus 0.289 plus 0.84 plus 0.555 plus 3.45 plus 10. So we have 15.2149. So after that, we can now solve our y bar, our st. Now remember that the st is x subscript 1 minus y subscript 1 minus y bar in square. So we need to find our y bar. That is the only way we can solve this. We need to find our y bar. Now looking for our y bar, we can have y bar to be summation of y1 over n. Summation of y1 over what? And that is your y bar. So then remember our summation of n. Summation of our n, our y1, that is what? 431.6. 43, that is 431.6. That is summation of our what? Our y. That is our y subscript 1. That is 431.6. So our n, which is this, the number is what? 45. So you have over 45. So your y bar will be equals to 431.6 divided by 45. That will give us 9.59 what? 1. That is our y bar. Then how y bar is 9.591. So that's our y bar. Don't forget. So how do you get your xt? Then it becomes y minus y bar. Now you will now come back. Where is your y? Y is 1. So that means 1.4 minus 9.591. So that is how to get it. So let's do that. So if you have a y bar, that is 1.4 minus the y bar, which is a 9.591, will give us minus 8.19. Then square it. Square will give you 67. So here we have 67.09. Let's take 4 decimal numbers. 09. What we have here is 67.092481. So we are going to take 4 decimal numbers. So we are going to approximate the 4. That is 8 is closer to 4. That is the nearest to 4 is 8. So we approximate it become 5. So we have 0925. Take note of that. So do the same thing. We have 8.3. So we have 8.3 minus 9.591. It will give us minus 1.291. Then square it. It will give us 1.6. So we have 1.4 decimal number 6667. That is 4 decimal numbers. So also we have 24.2 minus our y bar 9.591 in square give us 213.422.422.9. Also we do the same thing to here. 4.7 minus 9.591 in square will give you 23.9219. So we also do the same thing from here. That is from here we've gotten that. Okay, we have 28.9 minus 9.591 in square we have 372.8375. So we also have the same thing. 84.0 minus 9.591. You square it, you have 5,536.6993. So we also have the same thing. 11.1 minus 9.591 in square we have 11.1 minus 9.591 in square give us 2.2771. So we also do the same thing. 69.0 minus 9.591 in square give us 3,529.4293. So the last one, which is 200.0 minus 9.591, then you square it. That give us 3625.5873. So that is for our xt. So you're going to sum it. We sum it. So if we sum it, we have 67.0925 plus 1.6667 plus 213.4229 plus 23.9219 plus 372 plus 8375 plus 5536.6993 plus 2.2771 plus 3529.4293 plus 36255.5873 is equal to, so we have 46,002.002.9345. That is our xt. So then SR, if you look at SR, we have our x1, which we know. We have our x2, which we know. But we don't know our a2, a subscript 2. We don't know our a subscript 2, and now we don't know our a subscript 0. So therefore, that is where we can now form a multiple regression table. We can now form what? A multiple regression table. A multiple regression table is form multiple regression table. That is for second degree polynomial. So second degree polynomial, where we will have our n, summation of x1, summation of x2, summation of x1, summation of x1 square, summation of x1, x2, summation of x2, summation of x1, x2, summation of x2 square. So we have a0, a1, and a2. Please permit me to clean this part, though I will not clean all of this because of the question. So it's equals to, now we have summation of y1, summation of x1 y1, and summation of x2 y2. Please, that is Okay. Then if you look at this, that is the reason why we are doing x1, summation of x1, x1, x2, x2, y2, x1. That is the reason why we are having all these things you are seeing in this table. That was why we got it there. So now let's input these values. Let's input these values. The values are already on the table. So let's pick it from the, or extract it from the table and substitute it into this equation. So if we do that, we're going to have n is 45. So we have 45. After having 45, our x1, summation of x1 is 18. So we have 18. After having 18, for 2 is what? For 2 is 0.183. So after that, for 1 is 18. Summation of that is 18. After 18, then x1 square, summation of x1 square, look at x1 square, that is 42. So we have 42. Then for x1, x2, x1, x2, x1, x2, 0.366, 0.366. So after that, for summation of x2, that is x2, this is x2, that is 0.183, 0.183. Then for x1, x2, x1, x2, 0.366. So we have 0.366, 0.366. Then we have summation of x1, x2 is 0.360. Then summation of x2 square. X2 square is here. So summation is 0.007803. So we have 0.00787803. So let's just stop at 78. Let's just stop at 78 to reduce the line. So we have A1, so A0, A1, and A2. So we also have the same thing here. Summation of is equal to, for summation of y1 is this, that is 1.6. Then for summation of y, x subscript 1, y subscript 1, x subscript 1, y subscript 1, that is 1154.2. We have 1154.2. Then we have summation of x subscript 2, y subscript 1, 1 subscript 1, sorry, that is all is y subscript 1. So we have, where is it? Okay, that is it here. That is it here. So, and is what? 15.2149. We still maintain 3 decimal. Okay, 1 decimal. Since we have 1 decimal here, let's maintain 1 decimal. So we have 15.2. 15.2. Okay, so if you look at this equation automatically has turned back to what? To, okay, so what do we do? Well, let's work on the equation. Let's work on the equation. We're going to clean this part now. Since we have our y, we're going to clean this part. Now, look at A. We have A subscript 0, A subscript 1, and A subscript. So what we do now is, we want to turn this equation to Gaussian elimination or Cramer's rule. So if you do that, we have a times this will give you, that's 45 times a will give you 45 a0 plus 18 times, so we have 18 a1 plus 0.18 0.183 a2 is equal to 431.6 431.6. so this is a2, so it will not look like 9. It's your a2 is equal to, so that is equation 1. Call this what? Equation 1. Then we also do the same thing for this. 18 times this will give us 18 a0 plus 42 times this will give you 42 a1 plus 0.36 times this will give you 0.366 a2 is equal to 1154.2. so we have this. So after that, we now have this part, 0.183 a0 plus 0.366 a1 plus 0.0078 a2 is equal to 15.2. Sorry, the board. Trying to manage the board. 15.2. For my viewer, this is 15.2. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, and this is equation 3. If you look at it, we have what? How many sets? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this equation I've turned back to what? To Cramer's rule, or you use Gaussian elimination, or you use a echelon form. But I'm going to use what? I'm going to use a Gaussian elimination, but I will use calculator to do it so that it will save time. I will show you how to use calculator. If you have this calculator, that is a Casio FX991EX Plus. If you have it, you go to your calculator and punch mode. When you punch mode, you will see some equations. They will give you compute start 5 equation. Then click on the 5. When you click on the 5, you, like I said, there are methods to solve this, but I'm going to come close to show you in calculator. So what I'm going to show you how you can do it in calculator to save cost and save our time. So what you're going to do, if you have this calculator, Casio FX991EX Plus, like I said earlier, so what you're going to do is you input mode. There's a place you can see mode from setup. After on and is very close to on, so you press the mode. When you press the mode, they will have 1 computing, that's a complex. We have 3, 5. You see 5, so click on the 5. 5 will give you a series of equations 1, 2, 3, 4. So what if we click on the 2? When you click on the 2, you see about 3 columns. I mean about 4 columns. While you will see how many rows? Okay, we have 3 columns and 4 rows. So what you do is to put this in. How to input them? Number 1 there is what? Is 45. So you put 45 and it said equal to. The sign will change, or the cost will change to another part. So you do 18. You do 18 is equal to. It will also shift. Then you do 0.183 is equal to 431.6 equal to. We are done with that first row. To see the time we also shift to the second row. So what you do now is you punch, that is 18. 18 is equal to 42 is equal to 0.366 is equal to 1154 1154.2 is equal to go down to the last row, which is 0.183 is equal to 0.366 is equal to 0.0078 is equal to 15.2 is equal to. Now if you press, after you have inputted or then you now press, you punch equal to x. X is your A1. X is your A1. That is x of 1. That is your A1. So your A1 will be equal to minus 2.43. Let's use 48. Okay, 48. Let's just use the 2 decimal number. 48. That is A1. So you also do the same thing. You punch equal to your y now is, that is A0. Okay, this is A0 rather. This is A0. So your A1 will now be equal to 18.70. 2 decimal numbers. Then equal to your z is your A2, which will give you 1129.34. So that is your A. Then when you've gotten your A, now substitute them into this. So let's solve that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to substitute so we can get our XR. So doing that, you will have your XR, your Y1. This is your Y1. This. So we have 1.4 minus A0. A0 is brackets minus 2.48 bracket close, then minus is A1 times, remember there is a minus, which is this minus, which I will put a minus, that's why I put minus. We also have minus. Then we now do A1 x1. Now A1 is what? Is 18.70. Now we multiply by our x1. X1 is what? 1. Multiply by 1. So minus our x2, that is A2. A2 is 1129.34 times our x2. You come back to x2. X2 is what? 0.001 is equal to. So when you have that, which is this, so now you square it, like I said. Since we have it, you square it. If you square it, square this XR. So if you square it, square your answer, we have 256 points. Let's use 2 decimal numbers. It's too much. Let's use 2 decimal numbers. So that is a 94. So after doing that, we also do the same thing to this part. So our Y1 for the second row is what? 8.3. minus, which is this minus. You know our A0 is bracket minus 2.48 bracket close minus our A1 becomes 18.70 times our x1 for that column. Our x1 for that column is what? 2 times 2 minus A2 is what? Is 1129.34 times our x2 on that column. Our x2 on that column is 0.001 is equal to, so you square it, you have 0.03. Okay, after doing that, we also do the same thing. Our y1 on that column is 24.2 minus 24.2 minus bracket minus 2.48 minus, then our A1 is 18.70 times 8x1. X1 on that column is what? 3. That is 3 times 3 minus our A2 is 1129.34 times, for that column, x2 for that column is also same thing as what? 0.03. That is 0.001 is equal to, then you square it, we have 933.26. Okay, so we'll go back again. Our y, that column, that row is 4.7. So we have 4.7 minus bracket minus our a, their A0 is 2.48 minus our A1 is 18.70 times x1 on that column is what? Is 1. So is 1 minus our is 1. So minus x1, that column is 1 minus A2. A2 there is 1129.34 times x2 on that column. X2 on that column is 0.001 is equal to, you square it, so we have 519 okay, that is 99. So if you approximate to this, become 0, 0. So this one approximate to here becomes 0 again, and you can approximate to here become 2. So it becomes 52. So it becomes the 5. Sorry, that is 520.00. So that's for 4. 1, 2, 4. So we'll go to 5. Our y for 5, that is 28.9 minus A0, which is 2.48 minus A1, 18.70 times x1 for that column. X1 for that column is 2. is 2. So we have 2 times 2 minus 1129.34. 34, okay, times for the x2, that column for x2 is something as 0.01 is equal to square it. So we have 299.75. Okay, so you do the same thing for this. For why this? That is 84.0 minus a0, which is 2.48, minus for a2 18.70 times for x1 on that column. x1 on that column is 3 times 3 minus 1129.34 times for that column is 0.1 0.01 is equal to, so you square it, we have 364.30 by approximation. So go down again. How many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7 part of it is the y7 part of it is 11.1 minus a0 bracket minus 2.48 minus 18.70 times for that is 0.5. That is for x1 is 1. That is 1 minus 1129 times 0.5. Okay, 0.05. 05 is equals to, you square it. We have 3790.84. Okay, 86. So after that, we go to the next one, 69.0 minus a0, that is minus 2.48 minus 18.70 times for that column is what? Is 2. Is 2. That's for x1 is 2. 2 minus 1129.34 times that column is 0.05. 0.05 is equal to, you square the answer. So we have 501.18. So after that, the last part is what? 200. 200.0 minus 2.48 minus a1 there is 18.70 times the last one for x is 3 times 3 minus 1129.34, then times the last one there is 0.5. 0.05 5 is equal to, so you square your answer, you have 8084.35. so this is our XR. So you can sum it. If you sum the SR, become 256.94 plus 770.03 plus 933.26 plus 520.00 plus 299.75 plus 364.30 plus 3790.86 plus 501.18 plus 8084.35 is equal to, then we have 15152 152, okay, 155.20.67. That is XR. So what do we do again? What to do is to, so what we do is to get our Y calculation. To get our Y calculation, like Y calc. That CAL means Y calculation. So calculate Y calculation. Y calculation, that is the first thing they ask us to do. Y calculation. But each of these rows, each of the rows have their own Y. Take note of that. But that's what I asked us to solve. Number one, Y calculation. So Y calculation now is what is, remember what they gave us? Look at it here. They say that is what is A0. Yes, A0 x subscript 1 A1 x subscript 2 A2. Now this is something as Y is equals to A0 x1 A1 x2 A2. So if we take log of this, now remember this is indices, just simple, it's only indices. Even if I don't want to take log, let's use indices to solve this equation. So if we use indices, you can see that this is Y is equals to what? A0 okay, let me use log, please pardon me. Let's use log. So take log of all this. If you take log of, you have log Y is equals to log A. Now log indices, when multiplication, that is addition, return to what? Multiplication. So we can see plus log, what do we have here? We have A, that is A1 log x1 plus A2 log x2. Then this can be log Y is equals to log A0 plus A1. According to the log, I thought that you can check my previous video when I said that when you have log, something like a coefficient of log, that coefficient will change to what? The power of that log. So which is log x1 A1 plus log x2 A2. So equating the logs, since the log are the same, equate them. If you equate them, you can see that this can cancel this one, cancel this, all of them are the same log. So we have Y is equals to A0 plus x1 A1 plus x2 A2. We know our A now, so let's substitute into Y is equals to What do you have here? For A0, A0, A0 is, we have A0 as minus that A1 is minus 2.48 plus our x1 for that column. X1 for that column is 1. So we have 1 will be raised to power our A1, that is minus 2.48 plus our x2 for that column is 0.001. Then the square is what? Our x2, A0, A1, sorry, A1 is 18.70. So our x2, A2 become 1152.4. Let's see 0.4. So punch our calculator so we can get that y calculation. So if we do that, we are going to have minus 2.48 plus 1 raised to power 18.70 plus 0.001 square 1152.4. Okay, let's do it one after the other. So if you have minus 2.48 plus 1 raised to power 18.70 will give you 1 plus 0.001 square 1152.4 is 0. So everything will be minus 2.48 plus 1 plus 0. So we are having minus 1.48. So here we have minus 1.48 minus 1.48. So also we are going to do it till we finish everything. Now we're going to cancel again. Let me clean this part because this point is very, very important. So I'm going to clean from this part now. To clean from this part. So what we are working on, which I will never clean again, is y is equals to A0 plus x1 A1 plus x2 A2. Okay, that's what we are working on. So we have got, so we have our y for 2. This is y1, which we just did. Y for 2 under row 2. That's what it means. Y row 2 will give us minus 2.48 plus so we have this column for that x1. The column is 2. So we have 2 square A1 is 18.70 plus x2 for that column is 0.001. or in 1152.4. So if we do that, can now clean this part. So if we do that, we now have 6 of them one after the other. So we have is equals to minus 2.48 plus 2 square 2 square and 2 raised to power rather 1.8.70 give us 4.2454.1844 plus do the same thing here too. You have 0.001 in square 1152 point give us 0. So add this together. So we have minus 2.48 plus 4.2854 is equals to we have 4.2854. We have 4.2851.70. So you come back here and put 42, call it for me, 425851 point 70. Okay. So recall it for me, don't be offended. Recall it for me. 425851.70. Okay. Alright. So we'll do it like that until we finish. So when you go home, you are going to complete it. From what I did, you will complete. Okay, let me do some for you again. So we go again for y3, that is for row 3. So we have minus 2.48 plus, what do we have there is 3. That is the column is 3. We have 3 raised to power what? 18.70 plus 0.001 raised to power 1152.4. So if you do that, remember everything here is 0. So what we have here now is minus 2.48 plus 3 raised to power of 18.70. So we have 8, 3, 5, 9, 2, 5, 2, 8.5 plus 0. So if you do that, we now have minus 2 plus minus 2.48 plus 8, 3, 5, 9, 2, 5, 2, 8.5. So we are having So we are having 8, 3, 5, 9, 2, 5, 2, 6.02. So that is what we have, 02. So I will stop here because this y calculation, I have told you how to do your y calculation. So that's how you follow till you solve everything on y calculation. So let's go back to solve our regression. Let's solve our regression, please. So our regression, take note, this regression is for multiple regression. That's for multiple regression, not just regression. Multiple regression, take note of that. So we use r square as our multiple regression. So which will be x t minus xr over xt times 100. So we know our xt. That is why I said no need of doing the y calculation. I just want to tell you because sometimes they ask you to find y calculation. Our xt is this. That's 4, 6. Class, please call it for me. Call it for me. xt is what? Call it. So we have 4, 6, 0, 0, 2.9345 minus our xr is what? xr 15, class call 15, yes, 52067 divided by 4, 6, 4602.9345. So let's work on that. 46002.9345 minus 15520.67. 46002.9345. So we have everything gave us 0.66 0.6626 times 100. So we have 0.6626 times 100 will give us 66%. That is 66%. So our regression is 66%. Then we also calculate what? The standard error estimation. That is II. So standard error, we use x, y over x will be equals to over SR over n plus m plus 1. So that is the formula, which it will be our which will be okay which will be n minus m plus 1. So what is m? Your m means your second degree polynomial. That's what we use. That's your m, and your second there is 2. So therefore you're going to have square root of xr is what? Your xr is what? Call it for me. That's 155. That is it. 1555 20.67 divided by our n is 45 from our this size. Our n is 45, so we have 45 minus our m is 2 because second degree is 2 plus what 1. So we have this. So let me punch calculator. We have a square root of in fraction 15520.67 divided by 45 minus 3, that is 3. So everything gave us 19%. So your x is what 19%, which is what correct 19%. So your everything gave us 19%. So the percent is okay, it's acceptable for your standard error estimation. It's okay, it's correct. 20 is okay, 20 is okay, 19 from 0 to 20 is okay. If you pass that, the error is very high. Take note. All right, thank you very much. Don't forget I said complete the y calculation. I've done up to 4 rows. That is the way to do it. Just follow it sequentially, your x1, your x2, your a0 and all that. Thank you. As you view, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share. Meet some other time.